So I think it's safe to say we've all heard the news by now that Thor's now a chick and Captain America's now a black guy, right? I mean, this was mainstream news. It broke on The View and The Colbert Report. When was the last time you saw mainstream television give a damn about comic books that didn't involve a movie tie-in? But the thing is, for all the press these changes are getting, I have to ask myself, is this what comics have to do to get attention? Before we dive in, let me just say, first and foremost, I do not have a problem with these changes at all. Sam Wilson as Captain America makes all the sense in the world. It's like when Bucky took over the role a few years ago. They picked someone who has a legacy and connection to Steve Rogers that it would make sense for him to hand off the mantle of Captain America to. It's a natural progression. Although, to be honest, I'm a little confused by the Thor situation. They specifically said that this was Thor, not Lady Thor, Miss Thor, or anything like that. It's plain old vanilla, regular Thor. Just happens to be a chick. But the thing is, Thor isn't a costume, it's the person's name. He was born Thor. Picking up Mjolnir doesn't mean you're automatically Thor, it just means Odin thinks you're worthy enough to wield it. That would be like putting on a baseball hat and automatically becoming a pitcher for the Mets, or putting on one of these and automatically becoming me. It ain't gonna happen. But you can try. But again, not a problem, just a little odd to me. Besides, this isn't the first time this has happened. Isaiah Bradley was the original African-American Captain America. There have even been female Thors before. This is just the first time there's been a media circus about it. And that's what I really want to talk about. Why did it take something like this in order for news outlets to pay attention to comics? Let's be real here for a second, people. As great and progressive as this is a marketing stunt. I'm happy that Marvel's trying to reach a more diverse crowd. I really am. And if they have to do something like this in order to do that, great, they should do it. But they forgot to mention one thing on The View and The Colbert Report. The movies. See, in June, Thor and Captain America comics sold about 36,000 copies and 30,000 copies respectively. At about $4 an issue, Thor made about $146,000 and Captain America made about $121,000. That's not a lot of money, especially when you consider what their latest movies did at the American box office, let alone the international box office. Which is why stunts and gimmicks are so prevalent in superhero books. They need something to raise it up and get people's attention. The best-selling comics for each month often don't exceed 100,000 copies. And only like 1 or 2 titles can consistently sell that every month. Writer Jim Starlin recently said at a convention that whenever sales are down, somebody dies. It's just a way for them to boost sales. They have to. So I can't really be upset with Marvel for doing something like this. They need a way to make money. It's understandable. What I am upset about is they're taking an issue that's actually pretty serious in the world of comic books and sort of just shoehorning it into 2 of their established characters as a quick fix. I know I said in a previous episode that it's okay to change the race of a character as long as it doesn't affect who the character is at its core. And that applies for gender too. When they made Starbuck a girl in the remake of Battlestar Galactica, she was still just as hard-drinking, hard-smoking, badass, promiscuous as the original, just now a chick, and it worked beautifully. But this isn't a case of simple race and gender bending. They gave Cap and Thor brand new identities that are going to be brushed aside next year when the Avengers comes out, and they're both played by white guys named Chris. And what's going to happen to these characters after that? Sam Wilson will probably just go back to being the Falcon, no problem there, except now he went from being a hero to a sidekick, which that's really what Falcon is, if we're being serious here. And what about the new Thor? Marvel hasn't said who this character is yet, so if she is a brand new character, is she going to stick around afterwards? Marvel isn't really known for their legacy characters like DC is. They usually have one person in that role for all time, and if there is a replacement, the original usually comes right back. It's not like in Green Lantern where everybody who was a Green Lantern is still a Green Lantern. So if this new Thor does stick around, she'll probably just be in a very diminished role like Thunderstrike over here. Yeah, 90s Thor. I hope that's not the case. I hope she gets a chance like the Carol Danvers Captain Marvel or the Kate Bishop Hawkeye. Those are 2 women who took over male-dominated roles, and they've stuck around. Kate Bishop is my favorite character in the Hawkeye books. But like I said, Marvel doesn't really have a good track record with their legacy characters. Name somebody besides Bucky who was also Captain America. Where are they now? And if you're wondering where Bucky is, he's going to be doing intergalactic espionage. Because it's awesome. Again, I'm not opposed to this. I'm not opposed to more female characters and characters of color. But don't make them characters that we know are going to be white guys again within a year. I know it's hard to create new characters and have them stick and become popular quickly. So if this is the route you got to go down, damn it, be bold about it, Marvel. Have Lady Thor become the default Thor for the next decade. That'll show that you're serious about this change. And while you're at it, bring back all the characters who have filled in for Thor, like Beta Ray Bill and Frog Thor. Yeah, Thor was a frog once. I don't know, that's what I think. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think Marvel will stick with these changes despite the movies? Or do you think they're going to change right back once the movies come out? Or will they change much faster than that? Talk about it down below or on Facebook and Twitter. And as always, like if you like, subscribe if you really like, share this video with your friends. Let me know what you think of this new camera angle I'm working with. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.
Dark Trooper figure from the original Dark Forces game. It became Jedi Knight to all you children.
Oh yeah.
And this is Leia from the Dark Emperor comics. When she became a Jedi.
The Lego figurines are awesome.
They are. But that doesn't have any... I'm talking about, like, this has...
We've got Lego keychains to thank.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Lego games to thank for our Lego keychains.
That's true.